All right, let's just jump right in. We are absolutely swimming in advertising. I mean, it's on our phones, our streets, in our podcasts. You literally can't escape it. But how much do we really get about this massive industry that's constantly shaping our world? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back that curtain and decode the whole thing.
So let me start by asking you something. Just think about your day so far. From the logo on your coffee cup to that banner ad you just scrolled past. How many ads have you actually seen? 100? Maybe 1,000? The crazy part is even the experts can't agree on a number, because what even is an ad anymore? But the one thing they do agree on is that the scale is just mind-blowing.
And if you want to put a number on it, get this. In the United States, advertisers spend around $900 per person every single year just to get your attention. That is a huge investment in persuasion, and it all had to start somewhere.
To really understand this, we've got to hop in a time machine. We're going to take a look at how we went from a world of simple, generic stuff to the logo-plastered planet we live on today.
Before the Industrial Revolution, things were pretty simple. You'd walk into a store, ask for flour, and the shopkeeper would just scoop it out of a big, unlabeled barrel. No brands, no logos. But then, mass manufacturing completely changed the game. Suddenly, a factory could churn out 50,000 bars of soap in a day. And well, they had to figure out how to sell 50,000 bars of soap a day. And just like that, branding and advertising was born. And as our technology evolved, so did the ways to sell us stuff. At first, it was all about newspapers and magazines. Then, boom, the 1920s hit, and commercial radio opened up this whole new world of persuasion through sound. A couple decades later, television beamed moving pictures right into our living rooms. And then, of course, the internet came along in the 90s and just rewrote all the rules. Every new medium became a brand new playground for advertisers.
And all of this has a massive cultural impact. The media theorist Marshall McLuhan said that ads are basically the richest and most faithful reflections of a society's activities. Think about that. He's saying that advertising isn't just selling us stuff. It's telling the story of who we are, what we value, and what we dream about. Okay, so we've got the history down. Now let's pop the hood and see how this engine actually runs. What are the secret strategies? What's the lingo? We're about to crack open the advertiser's playbook. First up, you've got a term called reach. This one's pretty straightforward. It's all about how many unique eyeballs see your ad. The perfect example is the Super Bowl, right? Companies pay an insane amount of money for a 30-second spot because the reach is just gigantic. You get to blast your message to millions and millions of people all at the exact same time. But just reaching people once isn't always enough. That's where frequency comes in. This is all about repetition. How many times does the same person see or hear that ad? You know that jingle that gets stuck in your head all day? Or those cell phone ads you feel like you see every 5 minutes? That's frequency, and it's designed to hammer the message home so it stays top of mind.
So how do they even price all this? Well, a key metric is something called CPM. That stands for cost per thousand. The M is actually the Roman numeral for 1,000. It's the standard price an advertiser pays for 1,000 people to see or hear their ad. It's basically the fundamental currency of the entire industry.
So we've got reach, frequency, CPM. We get the numbers. But that's just the delivery system. The real secret sauce, the thing that actually gets us to pull out our wallets, goes way deeper. It is all about psychology.
To really see how they do it, just look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Advertisers are absolute masters at taking a simple product and tying it to one of our deepest human desires. For example, a dishwasher detergent ad isn't just selling you clean plates. No. It's selling you the idea that those sparkling plates will earn you the respect and esteem of your dinner guests. See what they did? They turned a boring chore into a quest for social status.
And this brings us to a tactic that's frankly a little uncomfortable. A huge goal of advertising is to make you feel dissatisfied. Ads work by showing us a version of our lives that is incomplete or unhappy or just not quite good enough until you buy their product. Because let's be honest, if we were all perfectly happy with what we have, we'd have no reason to buy anything new, would we?
So this psychological engine runs on an unbelievable amount of cash, and all that money flows directly into the media we consume every single day. Let's take a look at this massive financial pipeline between advertisers and our media.
The amount of money we're talking about here is just staggering. Take Procter & Gamble, the company behind stuff like Tide and Crest. They spend nearly $5 billion a year on ads in the US alone. But here's what might really surprise you. Check out who else is on that list. The US government spends over $1 billion a year, mostly on military recruitment ads, outspending giants like Nestle. So, where did all that money used to go? This chart from 2008 is a really fascinating snapshot in time. Back then, television was the absolute king, grabbing more than half of all ad dollars. But look at the internet, already taking a huge chunk of the pie. This was a little preview of the massive shift that was coming, a shift that has seen that internet slice grow to completely dominate the ad world today.
And if you want to understand just how valuable that massive TV reach was, look at this number, $3 million. That was the price tag for one 30-second commercial during the 2009 Super Bowl. It's the ultimate example of paying a premium to get in front of pretty much everyone, all at once.
But that whole world is changing, and it's changing fast. Those old models are being totally upended by new technologies that are making persuasion more personal, more targeted, and way more interactive than ever before.
The new frontier is all digital. Advertisers have basically followed us from traditional media into the places we now live our lives. Social media feeds, virtual worlds, and video games, even our text messages. And it's all powered by incredibly sophisticated data mining that lets them target us with laser-focused ads based on, well, everything we do online.
But the biggest change of all, it's interactivity. For the first time ever, advertising isn't a one-way street anymore. It's a conversation. Advertisers can get instant feedback. But this is a double-edged sword for them. Because now, a single person can post a negative review or a viral video and completely wreck a multi-million-dollar campaign.
Now, after hearing all this, I bet some of you are thinking, yeah, this is interesting, but all these ads, they don't really work on me. If that thought crossed your mind, you're actually experiencing a well-known psychological phenomenon called the third-person effect. It's this core belief that ads are super powerful and affect other people, but not us. We're different.
And here's the kicker. That belief is the best thing that could ever happen to an advertiser. The third-person effect is precisely what they want us to think. Why? Because the moment we believe we're immune, we let our guard down. We stop thinking critically about the messages we're absorbing, and that makes us more susceptible, not less.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. After everything we've talked about, the history, the psychology, the billions of dollars at play, do you still believe it? Advertising affects other people, but not you? True or false? The real answer might be a little more complicated than you think.